Sure, why not?
That flaccid pazzo. Imp, you had none of that, huh? That's what I thought. What am I going to do? Think, Fascina. Kue, what do you want? My postenago of a lover stole Rokawa's fingers. The master will kill me if I don't get them back. He must have wanted to raise some fast coin. Arkemir will flay me alive over those damned gloves. Is it strange? I don't know. Go consult Arkemir's grimoire if you're that curious. Not that it's any of your business, but Berteno used to spend a lot of late nights here. I got into the construct's guts and marked off Berteno as a safe visitor so they would not attack him. And before you ask, no, I will never do this again. You do not know Arkemir, do you? He is as cheap as a Wodican clerk. Whatever he loses from those gloves, he will take out on me. Somehow. He said that he's in debt to a Rautayan captain by the name of Hamuto Stonehill. By all accounts, a deadly serious man. You will? If you are expecting some payment or reward, I do need to keep this under wraps. If there's a burden on your conscience, then I am not opposed to you offloading it on my behalf. I do not know where Berteno fences his goods, but he mentioned an appointment at the Bra Citadel docks. Hamuto Stonehill must be as dangerous as he sounds, or else Berteno wouldn't be so panicked. I am the apprentice of He of Many Colors. That's plain old Arkemir to you. What few spells I know have names like Arkemir's Dripping Scourge or Arkemir's Malevolent Codpiece. He made me conjure a household staff of imps. horrible, chittering things. I think it's because he knows I hate them. He makes me call him by the titles he's earned in his long career. I can also call him by the titles I've made up since the start of my apprenticeship. To me, he's the bringer of foul wind, the teeth of suckling imps, and the herald of dirty slippers.
Good thinking. An intelligence of 6. I know what I'm doing.
No need to think. You have no right to interfere in Rawatai's business.
Hawana culture isn't business, you company drudge.
I don't give two pyres for your tribal pride, and I wager that Arkemir cares even less.
If this is what passes for Rautai in diplomacy, Razanui has bigger problems.
If you've come to see Arkemir, you're too late. He left the estate on wizard business.
Tamar and I wanted something from Arkemir. Our powers of persuasion leave much to be desired.
The wizard got his hands on a Hawana tablet, the Harapo epic. I came to reclaim it for Rawatai. In the middle of my negotiations, this little pest showed up with a claim on it.
The Harapo epic belongs to the Huana. The Queen sent me to remind you both. Akira, few outsiders can appreciate what such an artifact could mean to our people.
Posturing about cultural value is worthless. We both want the tablet for the same reason.
A spellcaster, and a damn good one. Specializes in hexes and illusions. He and his apprentice run the Dark Cupboard, a local magic shop.
I believe that he had dealings with black market treasure hunters. Not that the Queen will implicate him.
She's too preoccupied negotiating with the warmongers at her door.
Arkemir could be drinking Kuiki wine with dead kings. There's no finding him if he doesn't want to be found.
I might as well adjourn to the palace in Serpent's Crown and give Arkemir time to think.
What a load of... You mean to get your hands on that tablet with or without Arkemir? You island rats can barely write your own names, much less a distinguished epic.
Scamper back to the Brass Citadel and spin your own plots. I will happily do the same on my side of the island.
I suppose I can spare a moment. I heard tell of Ephron, a thief with a penchant for making house calls. Word has it that Ephron made his way inside of Arkemir's manor and later died. Now his soul is bound to the fortune-telling machine in the Dark Cupboard. Strange fate. I help finance expeditions around the Isles, which often means keeping an ear to the ground. Not very romantic from behind a desk, but Rawatai's campaign could use the extra coin. It's a handsome piece of rock, which some call valuable. I won't dispute that point if the value goes to Rawatai. I suppose it's no secret that we're after more than some arbitrary cultural touchstone. We're looking for a route to Ukaizo. It stands to reason that ancient lore would be a key to finding the place. Arkemir is a magical savant and a recluse. That makes for a very dangerous combination. He relies on imps and ironclad constructs to maintain the estate. When you've lived as long as Arkemir, I suppose trust becomes a problem. Fine by me. I'm looking forward to the day when the Harapo epic is someone else's concern. All of her pretenses of cultural pride are a means to an end. Like the rest of the Juana, she isn't above exploiting any advantage if she can profit from it. As you say. When it comes to finding the Lost Island, we can't afford to neglect any lead. The Ranganui seeks to saddle the weather and harness the storm. If there is a place where this can happen, it is Ukaizo.
Did the Queen summon everyone to the palace?
Akira, I've never seen Aruihi run so fast.
Do you think the Audra Colossus would come here next?
Pray to Kahopa, it does not.
Spice? You Spice?
Akira, we meet again. There's always Facina, Archimere's apprentice. No love lost there if whispers are true. Archimere seems to enrage those of his inner circle, not excluding the imps. Akira, I say the relevance of the Harappo epic can't be overstated. It could prove a touchstone for the Huana. It could even... Sorry, you go ahead. It is important to all who call the Deadfire home. I only tell you this because I know you can be trusted. The epic is supposed to contain information on Ukaizo. Nothing as dramatic as a set of coordinates, but anything helps. Stories are also important to the Huana. Much of who we are is still missing. The story could speak to the values and beliefs of our ancestors. The language structure, narrative voice, and use of metaphor can tell us something about the time of its inscription. We could even... I've lost you, haven't I? Akira, I tend to go on. Akira, from the Journal of Rakua, an explorer who found the tablet on a remote island some 20 years ago. Unfortunately for Rakua, the most we found of her was her journal among the flotsam of a shipwreck. They think the tablet can show them, well, the way to Ukaizo. Akira, it's a mythical island, but that isn't stopping any of us from rushing to claim it first. Akira, the pleasure is mine.
Barati pays coin to feed the great eel. He smells one touched by the great eel, does Barati. You are a man who sits across a fire with death, Akira. For glutting mighty Tangaloa and hurling foes into their next life, Barati can offer payment. Coins for feeding hungry gods. Akira? Rewarding those who appease the great eel. This is Barati's cause. May the beasts of the Dreaming Lands never know famine. Tangaloa rolls a hungry eye toward Dichila, a Valian captain who scouts for luminous Adra in sacred lands. With joy, not hunger, does the great eel lash its mighty tail. Dichila has sated the beast for now. The jaws of Tangaloa gnash about a Rawatayan captain named Ohairo. His cannon fire echoes in the ears of slumbering gods. The beast cries out for a more restful Deadfire. Akira, you chose wisely. Ohairo sails the junk Stone Anchor, south of the Kua-o-Rikuhu island chain due east of Nikitaka. The gods will thank you for quieter seas. Ask, but do not keep the great eel waiting.
You songwriters need a guild if you hope to learn discipline.
Not so. We speak in the tongue of Ngati and Amira. Your pretty dances may upset the puddle, but we command the wind and sky.
Hey, I have missed our little talks.
Ikera.
While I am flattered by the esteemed Hazanui's confidence, I must wonder how my people are meant to have destroyed an entire colony overnight.
You tell us. It's no coincidence that your outpost at Port Mage survived the recent storm.
You speak as if I could command the tides. While you are casting your blame in a wide net, why not look to our Kahanga allies? We do not share their talent for shaping water.
I say our guest forgets himself.
Brother, stand down. You are the one who mistakes my throne room for a sparring arena. I say this is beneath us. An interesting visitor in difficult times. You cannot be here to deliver a favorable omen. Allow me to apologize as I toss you before the wolves. This one is a watcher blessed by Tangaloa. I suspect that many of our questions about Hasongo will soon be answered.
I know this one. His parlor tricks frightened 10 years of every sailor in Queen's Birth.
We assembled to discuss the darkening of Hasongo, one of Rawatai's colonies. Watcher, it seems you have the floor.
What sailor's tale is this?
Have you not heard the rumors, Karu? An Adra Colossus marching across the sea. Sailor tales, but credible ones.
Nichese. I'm acquainted with the Watcher of Cadnua from my assignments in Defiance Bay and Twin Elms.
Diverus? It explains the colorful nature of your reports.
I have seen things with him that are not even told in the most outlandish of sailors' tales.
And I'm supposed to take two Valians at their word?
How came a watcher from half the world away to be involved in these happenings? Enlighten the court. The Lady of Doors must have great confidence in you. Tracking down a god who stands as tall as a mountain, a fisherman with poor eyesight could do this. My priests will trip over their feet to interpret his divine plan. Watcher, can you cut through the din and tell for what he comes to the Deadfire? How resourceful of you. The Isles are studded with enough luminous Adra to bankroll an economy. I believe our course is clear. We will send the Watcher to Hisongo. Set sail to the west of Neketaka. I would tell you to keep a weather eye out for a lighthouse, but the God of Light did not appreciate competition. Something to add, Hazanui? You have an eager look about you. She believes herself entitled to my ear, I say.
Only that Hasongo is a Rawatayan outpost. It would be useful for the Watcher to take one of ours along.
Ma'am.
Maya's an expert sailor and a better sharpshooter. The best the Brass Citadel has to offer. Whatever comes your way, she'll see it first.
If it gets me and Ashiza out of diplomat duty, we'd set sail with a drunk scolder at the helm.
And shut us out entirely? We have every right to know of any hazards in these waters. Palagino, go with the Watcher. See that the Republics are served in this investigation.
Ah, Your Excellency. Hamed Kong Swalias.
That will be enough parading of champions for now. I'm certain that our guest knows how to assemble a crew. Akira, if you can stand the chattering of unlike minds on your ship, that is your prerogative.
Good thing I'm already accustomed to cramped quarters and temperamental birds.
We both have our orders. I have no interest in interfering with you as long as you do not interfere with me.
I believe we are finished here. Are we? Aren't we popular? Take care at Hisongo. The Deadfire was overfull before Aethys blundered in. And take care with your trading company spies.
I say it is beyond time our guests lick their wounds somewhere else. Speak, Watcher, while we have the chance. Your coming is a favorable omen already. You happen by a time when our rivals bicker and tear at each other's throats. It does not take a priest to see how the gods send us an outsider to dig under the skin of our enemies. Save your manners for my sister. Kohopa fashioned me for the arena, not the court. I will not paddle around the island. My sister wants to know if you are as useful as you are disruptive. She trusts me to judge this. You did not come this far to serve the crown, I say. But sailing is an expensive hobby. Royal service can keep your galley stocked. Ikera, to patch a hull or stitch a sail is costly when supplies come from distant islands. The city has honest work for those in need, I say, and insists that everyone carry a heavy purse. My sister keeps a tight grip on Nekataka, but the filth of it drips down her palm and into the gullet. Under our noses, I say, do foreigners smuggle contraband and pay the Raparu for their silence. Take this if you need proof. An envoy ship sank a day's voyage out of Nekataka. He wore that on his breast. My guards recovered it in the raid of the gullet. This confirms my suspicion. Nekataka has a pirate problem. Smugglers and thieves cluster like rats in Delver's Row, a growth in the bowels of our city. I want someone to peddle the medallion to the black market, earn the trust of these pirates, and learn how supplies come into my city. Yours is not a face that others will recognize. Let no one learn that you work for the crown. When you travel down the mountain, seek Tekehu and Pariki's overlook. He is a godlike, one who the people look to for hope. Ngati's chosen knows of our troubles. He could also use a lesson in Raparu modesty. Juana look up to Ngati's chosen, even as he looks down on them. That sort of attention opens more doors than it closes, I say. Ikira, if I know Tekehu, he is stirring tempers in the Water Shapers Guild. Be on your guard in the gullet. I fear the caverns run deeper than even Ngati could guess.
That's easy.